the one, the only Benzion. Good afternoon and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun with Benzion. Today's daf is Benzion Gittin daf Chavav. I want to talk today about the very end of the daf. The Gemara discusses a concept called michzik shikra, a problem of writing tofsim, writing either gittin or monetary documents, right? The main part of them, not the main part, not main part of them, all the details before it happens, and then they have a bunch of these documents. And when a person needs a monetary document to borrow money or a get for his wife, they fill in the main parts. They fill in, our Mishnah says, you can fill in the names of the man and the woman, or the buyer and the seller, or the borrower and the lender, and the place and the zman, and it's okay. So the Gemara concludes, Allah is like Rabbi, that it's okay, you can do it. So the Gemara says towards the bottom of Chavav and Beis, fine, by Gittin we understand you can do it, but other shtaros, right, do we allow that? There's a secondary problem over here. The problem of michzik shikra. Where do we see this? Rava says, teaching him Mesechus Ksubos, that by kiyum shtaros, when you go ahead and you want to collect money, you have to bring it to a beis din, and they have to validate the signatures. Let's say they know this guy is telling you the truth, and they write the document, validate the signatures, even before the witnesses come and validate the signatures, and then afterwards the witnesses come and validate the signatures. That document is invalid. That kiyum shtaros is invalid because it's michzik shikra. Even though it's true at the end of the day, but it looks like sheker because they wrote it first. So here also, by shar shtaros, you shouldn't be allowed to do it because it's michzik shikra. The Gemara says, Leisa, Midirav Nachman, it's not true. We're not worried about michzik shikra. Rava is wrong. By kiyum shtaros, are not michzik shikra. And he brings out raya when it comes to monetary documents, right? You can't reuse a loan document because nimchal shibuda, you don't have a lien on the property the second time you use a loan document. Michzik shikra, by monetary document, we're not worried about that. So you see, by all monetary documents, we're not worried about it, and the halakha will be like Lezer, shar shar, we're not worried about it. That's the main explanation most of the Rishonim give. And this is the Girsa Tosa says, V'leisa the Rav Papi. We're saying Rav Papi in the name of Rav is halakha by kiyum shtaros is not true. It's not true. We're not worried about michzik shikra. But Tosa says really our girsa is v'leisa. He says there is a different girsa of v'leisa, and that's actually our girsa v'leisa midarav Nachman. All the Gemara is doing over here, according to Tosa, is saying it's true. Rav is not pushed away. Rav is true by kiyum shtaros. It's true that we are worried about michzik shikra. By other monetary documents, we're not worried about michzik shikra. It's the same maskana according to both explanations by other shtaros. The only difference is, according to Tosa's explanation, is that we are worried about michzik shikra. Is Rava true or not true? According to Tosos, it is true, Rava. By kiyum shtaros, we are worried about michzik shikra. So why is it that we're worried about michzik shikra by kiyum shtaros, but by a regular loan document, we're not worried about michzik shikra? The answer is as follows. The article explains it a little bit. I'll explain a little further. That when it comes to a beis din, kiyum shtaros is done by a beis din, right? So they're writing a document. Now, I mentioned throughout the Masechta, right, the whole point of writing according to Rava is kiyum of the get. It's basically kiyum shtaros. It's affirming that the get is true. And even if the husband comes to ma'arer and he comes later on and says, I didn't give this get, once the person says and it's done in front of beis din, according to Rava, the point is kiyum shtaros. You're makayim the shtar like that. The husband is no longer believed. Why? Because a beis din is stronger than a bal davar, right? If there's two Eidim that testify, someone owes someone money, that, even though I mentioned that's completely true according to halacha, motzi mechel raya, that's considered a raya, a proof. But it's not 100% proof. The Torah does not demand 100% proof. Torah demands, I would say, like 80% proof. That's proof, raya, right? Most alcohols are, 40% alcohol volume, which is 80 proof. That's another way of saying it, 80 proof. 80% is proof. But a bal davar, someone who is part of the case, his neman is stronger. Like a bal, the bal comes ma'arer. Even if two witnesses saw something, right? Two witnesses saw that he gave the get to his wife in Medina Sayyam, but it was not validated. It was not makuyam in a beis din. The bal is neman to be ma'arer. He can rattle them. He could actually throw off the get. He can invalidate the get, or at least call into question the get. Is a bal davar, the person who's part of the process over here, whether he borrowed the money, lent the money, gave the get, was given the get, they're believed. I would say 90%. But a Beis Din is even more believed than the Baal Davar. I would say 95 or 100% of the Beis Din is believed. And that's the distinction over here, where we're the Misik Shikr, because the Beis Din is 100% proof. That's why if you say Fani Nechtam, you're Makayim it in front of a Beis Din. And therefore, even if the Baal Davar comes as Ma'arer and says, I didn't give the get, we don't trust him anymore, because the Beis Din is more believed. It's like 100% proof. And that's why by Kiyum Sharos in front of a Beis Din, where there are 3 Dayanim, right, we validate the signatures on this get. People came and testified, these are their signatures, and they're the correct signatures. That's done by a Beis Din. A Beis Din 100% proof. So therefore, we're worried about Misik Shikra. But when it comes to Baal Davar, people lend money out, or a man gives a woman a get. So, and there's no Kiyum in front of a Beis Din. That's a Baal Davar over there, so there's less reason to worry about Misik Shikra. Because we're not dealing with 100% proof over here. We're never dealing with 100% proof. We're dealing with 90% proof, which is close to 100% proof. But there's less of worrying about Misik Shikra, about what people think of Sheker. A Beis Din in Halacha is considered the most reliable source of knowledge, and even a little bit hesitation when you say Misik Shikra, it looks a little like Sheker. We're worried about by a Beis Din specifically. I think that's the correct explanation. I think Tosfos is correct. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.